Quiet Tebogo's legs to do the talking in Lyles' 200m Worlds Battle. Olympic 200m champion Lyles Tebogo said Tuesday he would let his legs do the talking in his battle with brash American Noah Lyles at the World Championships in Tokyo. The softly spoken Botswanan won his country's first Olympic gold medal in any sport in Paris last year, where Lyles finished third. Tebogo labeled his flamboyant American rival arrogant after the race, and Lyles' outsized character is likely to command the global spotlight again when the World Championships begin on Saturday. Tebogo said he was comfortable with having different personalities in the sport as he took part in an event with children at a primary school in Tokyo. I'm one person who always shies away from the media, but the sport forces me to step up my game into becoming a sports personality, said the 22-year-old. At the end of the day, it's all about what do you want to see, to be on the spotlight or off the spotlight. For me, I choose off the spotlight, and then just my legs do the talking. Lyles got the better of Tebogo in the 200m in the Diamond League Finals in Zurich 2 weeks ago, edging the Botswanan by 0.02 of a second. The pair are also set to square off in the 100m in Tokyo. Tebogo is looking to win his first world title after picking up silver in the 100-meter and bronze in the 200-meter in Budapest 2 years ago. He said he felt like a hero to Botswanans after his historic Olympic success, but vowed not to change his approach in Tokyo. Once you invite pressure inside yourself, then it means you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the people, he said. Yes, you should do it for the people, but it's you first and then the people later. Once you put pressure inside yourself, it means you have done something wrong. Tebogo has said that athletics saved him from a life of crime, and he is a global ambassador for the Kids Athletics Development Program. He was all smiles during his school visit, banging a traditional Japanese drum to start a race that saw about 100 children scramble under nets and tiptoe over balance beams. He said he felt a responsibility to inspire kids all over the world. I'm so excited to see how the Japanese relay culture works, and I really can't wait to work with these kids because we had a fun time in Botswana, said Tebogo. I believe we're also going to have fun here. Botswana's sprint sensation Lyles Tebogo has never been the loudest voice in the room. In fact, the 21-year-old is often described as the opposite of his American rival Noah Lyles, reserved, calm, and quiet, almost to the point of shyness when surrounded by the flashing cameras and hungry microphones. Where Lyles thrives on headlines and showmanship, Tebogo thrives on silence. And in the coming World Championships 200m showdown, he's preparing to let his legs, not his lips, do the talking. A contrast of characters. On one side of the track stands Lyles, a man who embraces the spotlight as if it were oxygen. He's the entertainer, the self-proclaimed heir to Usain Bolt's throne, the sprinter who dances on introductions, drops bold predictions, and thrives under the weight of expectation. On the other side, there's Tebogo, soft-spoken, his eyes rarely betraying nerves, his interviews short and respectful. He has no need for theatrics. He doesn't wear his ambition like a crown. Instead, he buries it deep, allowing only his acceleration, stride length, and unmatched top-end speed to reveal it. If Lyles is the voice, Tebogo is the echo, the one who arrives not with noise, but with undeniable presence. Their contrast makes this matchup more than just a race. It is a duel between personality and quiet confidence, swagger and composure, noise and silence. The making of Tebogo. Tebogo's rise has been nothing short of meteoric. Just a few years ago, he was a prodigious teenager shocking the world at the World U20 Championships, breaking records with effortless ease. His running style, fluid, tall, seemingly unhurried, made him look more like a seasoned pro than a junior athlete. Observers immediately noticed his uncanny resemblance to Bolt, not only in build but in the way his stride seemed to float. Yet, unlike Bolt, who relished the limelight, Tebogo stayed grounded. Even as he lowered his times into the stratosphere of global sprinting, he never leaned into provocation or theatrics. For him, each race was a quiet negotiation with himself, a test of patience, rhythm, and discipline. Now, with a silver medal already secured in the 100m on the world stage, he has turned his full attention to the 200m, a distance where his blend of speed, endurance, and closing power makes him particularly dangerous. The race ahead. Lyles is the reigning 200m king, undefeated in major finals, and sitting comfortably with multiple global titles. He thrives on the curve, eats up the backstretch, and unleashes a drive phase that has left even the bravest competitors questioning their chances. He believes the 200M is his kingdom, and he guards it with the ferocity of a monarch. But Tebogo is not entering as a spectator. He's not coming to play the supporting role in Lyles' latest performance. He's coming with intent. His training camps have been quiet, his words scarce, but insiders whisper about his frightening workouts, his ability to hold blistering paces beyond the point most sprinters begin to falter. His finishing speed, especially in the last 60 meters, is a type that can turn a Lyles show into a Tebogo statement. Silence before the storm. On the day of a final, the stadium will roar as each athlete's name is called. Lyles will likely flex, point the sky, or grin at the cameras, feeding off the crowd's energy. And when Tebogo's turn comes, he will simply raise his hand, maybe nod once, and step into his blocks without a flicker of dramatics. That is his weapon. He doesn't need to waste adrenaline on noise. He conserves it all for the curve, for the drive, for the straightaway where lungs burn and legs feel like stone. In that crucible, Tebogo believes the quiet will serve him best. For him, silence is not weakness. It is power. The curve versus the straight. Sprinters know that the 200M is a battle between curve mastery and straightaway execution. Lyles owns the curve. His lean, his efficiency around a bend, his ability to slingshot into the home stretch. That is his signature. Tebogo, though, is learning fast. Each race has sharpened his timing, his balance, his control. But it is in the straightaway where Tebogo transforms. While others decelerate, his stride seems to stretch longer, his cadence holding steady, his posture unwavering. If he's within striking distance of Lyles at 150M, the race could tilt. The American's charisma may have set the stage, but Tebogo's silent surge could close the show. Mind games without words. There's a fascinating irony in this rivalry. Tebogo doesn't need to speak to play mind games. His silence is unnerving in itself. Rivals are accustomed to sprinters puffing their chests, declaring victories before they happen, and crafting narratives to psych out competitors. When Tebogo refuses to engage, it leaves a void that others fill with doubt. What is he thinking? Is he confident? Is he nervous? That mystery gnaws at competitors more than trash talk ever could. Lyles thrives on opponents responding to his bravado, but Tebogo doesn't bite. He doesn't give the champion anything to feed on. Instead, he just runs, quietly dismantling egos with split times.